Welcome back. My name is Jacob, aka Star Wars Collective, and this is the Hyperspace Hangout, episode number 12. And today I am joined with my buddy, my good friend, special guest, Connor Colarusso. You know him from his YouTube reviews. He does a lot of dinosaur content, and he's here to help us rank and talk about our favorite Jedi in Star Wars. And look at that. He's got his he's got his K2 Enforcer droid right there in his hand. He's got a little battalion of Death Troopers and K2 Enforcer droids behind him there, which is pretty freaking sweet.
It's so much
So how you?
fun.
Yeah, dude, how you doing, man? How's things been
Good,
for you?
man. Everything's great. How are you doing?
So far, so good. No complaints, dude. It just had a crazy thunder and rainstorm over here, so hopefully the connection stays stable.
Yeah, that is not usual for your area too, is it?
No, it's not. It's not usual, but the last 2 days we've had like just a random thunder and lightning and rainstorm out of nowhere, just summer mountain rain.
Oh my gosh, it's happening here like twice a day now. It's crazy.
That's wild, man. Yeah, summer rains are nice. It was flooding earlier, so it's gonna definitely wash away all the pollen that's built up here. So,
Also need your help with writ dyeing soon. I want to try to writ dye
ooh,
this black, and I'm gonna try to put it on the KSO unit. It'd be kind of neat.
yeah, man, absolutely. The easiest thing to do with the rid dye is just to get like a Pyrex dish, put it in there, add like a couple of tablespoons of the rid dye, maybe like 3 or 4. Just I like to add a little bit more so that it takes to the dye quicker. And
Right.
then I just keep reheating the Pyrex dish up in the microwave, and so I can control the temperature that it's at, because you can also boil it, but that could also lead to warping the plastic. So I feel like the microwave gets it hot enough, and you can keep it hot uh, through the microwave method. So that's one way. But also Hyper has great tutorials on the writ dyeing that I'll send you later.
Yes, please do.
Yeah,
Be good to rewatch those
nice.
too.
Yeah, man, that's gonna look awesome. Black with your all black battalion of KX Enforcer droids and Death Troopers.
Yeah,
So
they need heavy guns, so at least the KSOs do.
yeah, absolutely. Nice. Looking good there, dude. Looking good. Well, I know that you've been
Your shelf is
killing it.
looking good, dude. Your
Oh,
shelf is
well.
looking insane. That looks awesome. Look at the
Thanks,
hot
bro.
toys.
Yeah, dude. Look at those hot toys. Got a bunch of them up there now.
I can't wait to see Shin and Hobby.
Yep. Yep. We got Shin Hati right there. Got to do the review on her still. Probably get that going later tonight.
That's so
The funny
awesome.
thing about that is the wrist pegs that she came with they didn't come with extras, and they're slanted slightly. So if you break them, then you're screwed.
Whoa.
Like there's no fix. So I'm really, really careful with posing her. So
I've never seen a Hot Toys. I don't have any. I have just one like custom figure. That's it. That's my 400 in so far. I would love
yeah.
to get Hot Toys. I mean, you've talked about the Predator that they have from Prey that just looks so good.
Yeah,
But
man.
just all everything that Hot Toys makes looks so good. So when you sent me pictures of her, the face, it looks like she's 5'5". It looks crazy.
Yeah, they got the
So I
scaling
can't wait to
down.
see.
Oh, dude, yeah, thank you. They got the scaling down perfectly. It looks just like I think her name is Ivana Sakano, the actress who plays Shin Hati in the show. So yeah, man, hot toys are fantastic. We'll get you your first hot toy soon enough.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So, but yeah, man, you've been doing before we say hi to the chat, you've been doing a lot of great stuff. Just everybody go and check out Connor Colarusso's YouTube channel. He makes fantastic content. He's got some shorts that are really popping off. One's at 20,000 views. He's got some review videos on dinos that are up in like the thousands of views. So make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Link in the description to Connor's channel. Go and subscribe so you don't miss out on your future dinosaur content.
Man,
And
thank you so much. I just hope people don't get like sick with all the Jurassic World Rebirth stuff. I promise there's way more to come, way more different things.
oh
Still,
yeah,
the movie was fun. How do you guys get these guys to stand properly?
um,
If they seem to
he
have
might
holes in the
have.
bottom of their feet.
Yeah, he might need to get like a couple stands. You can get him
Okay.
like a 20 pack on Amazon, but he might have thigh swivel. So if you just ever so slightly twist the thighs in a little bit so that the feet are kind of like looks like he has crow's feet, it might make him stand better.
Oh, awesome. All right, awesome. Yeah,
So
especially the KSOs are a little difficult too, but once you get them at their balance point, they're good. But if I
yeah,
breathe this way, they fall over. But they're good.
if the dog sneezes or the cat sneezes, they'll fly off the
Yeah,
shelf. Yeah.
that's true.
So let's go ahead and say what's up to some chat. We got Hal Runner in here. He says, "What's up? What's going on, Hal Runner? Hope you're
Hey,
doing
Hell
well and
Runner.
having a good night." Heck yeah. We got my friend Livo in here. Livo from the UK. He says, "Sup guys, 1 a.m. here in the United Kingdom, so I'm gonna have to catch the replay. Have a great stream." Appreciate you, Livo. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great night and enjoy the replay. We got Mama Collective, Eternal Mother in here. What's going on, Mama? She says, "Hey Connor and JT. Hey, how's it going, Ma? Hope you're having a
Hey,
good
Mom.
night." Yep. Hey, Mom. That's right. And staying dry in the rainy weather out there. We also have Galactic Artisan Customs. We got Eric in here. What's up, everyone? How's it going, Eric? Hope you're having a good one today, my friend. All right, everyone's saying what's
Hey,
up.
Brian.
Just Galactic Artisan said when you said how do you get them to stand, he says just patience with those, and you find them falling over a lot. And then we got GXB in here. Good evening, chat, Jacob and Connor. I'm listening in tonight. Unfortunately, you won't get much of my informative comments. No worries, GXB. Just glad to have you here, my friend. We will
Yeah, man. Can't wait. Brian says he's coming to Florida for vacation and not too long. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
nice. That's awesome. Right on. Hopefully you guys can link up, or if not, hopefully at least Brian
No, we
enjoys
will.
Florida.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome. I'm
That's
gonna
cool,
take him to
man.
Star Wars. You got it. He's definitely going to Star Wars Land to Batu. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. You got to do it if you're going there for sure, right?
Oh, definitely.
And if we ever meet up, you and Corinne and myself at Disneyland, I think they have a Galaxy's Edge down there. So
It's the same. It's identical. Corinne said, "Yeah," which is
okay, cool.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that will be fun. I didn't go to that one when we went because it's the same as ours. So if we go there for D23 or to go to Disneyland because she loves it, I would love to
yeah,
go. That'd be
dude,
fun.
right on. That'd be so sick to hang out with you guys there and bring our lightsabers and do some filming and stuff like that.
That's
Make some
fun.
content. Yeah. Well, speaking of content, we got the Hyperspace Hangout episode number 12. We're doing the Jedi ranking tonight. But first off, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Hyperspace Hangout live stream. Thank you to those who are tuning in while the stream is live. Also, much gratitude to those who are catching the replay. Remember to smash the like button and drop your thoughts in the form of a comment below. Would love to hear what you guys think of the show, any improvements, or just overall thoughts. So, yeah, with that being said, Connor, should we get into our Jedi ranking, man?
Absolutely.
Let's freaking do it. We don't have any news, no Hot Toys stuff. We have no Black Series stuff, no new releases really, or anything except for that Han Solo Hot Toy did release finally. So you can start picking that up through Hong Kong retailers, or Sideshow will be releasing it within the next probably couple months. Hopefully,
How much
hopefully that
is
doesn't.
he?
He is going for, I believe, 270,
Oh,
280.
that's not bad.
Not too bad. Yeah, he looks really good actually.
Is he
So,
12 inches tall or 14?
probably a little over 12 inches tall, just a little.
I'm so sorry. How tall are your Hot Toys? Like your Scout Trooper?
Yeah, the Scout Trooper is, I think 12 inches exactly, or just a little over 12 inches tall. Shin Hati is like 5'8", I think 5.8 inches. And then Darth Maul, I think, is like 5.9 inches. So they're a little bit on the smaller side compared to like the Scout Trooper. And even Obi-Wan Kenobi is pretty tall. He's like 12.2 or something like that.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, they look
Yeah.
big, which is good.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty sizable figures. The sixth scale compared to the 1/12, which is the Black Series.
Oh my gosh, huge
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I can clearly see him like the Scout Trooper with his rifle. Like it looks awesome.
Yeah, yeah. He's got the rifle from the Battlefront games. Yeah.
That's awesome. surprised he didn't have that in the movie. He should have.
I know, right? He had that little pea shooter pistol. But we got a Galactic Artisan Custom says, "Nice shirt, Connor. Connor, what shirt are you
Oh
wearing?"
my gosh, I'm so sorry. Is Stone Mandalorian here?
He think he's
He's
gonna
decent.
join
I
pretty
just
soon
got it.
here.
I just got this today, along with a really cool Safari LTD Stegosaurus with a really nice paint job, by the way. But I got this really sick. What?
The Stone Mandalorian T-shirt. What? Look at that logo. That looks
Crazy.
so
So
good.
we'll take, like I promised them, we'll take pictures very, very soon at Batu here in Florida. So with it, that'll be kind of cool. Be kind
Nice,
of cool.
dude. That is
But at least
awesome.
make sure it gets to Star Wars.
Yeah, for sure.
That'll be
That is
cool.
so cool. Right on, man. Well, shoot, let's get right into it, dude. Let's
Maybe I
just
can get
jump.
a stormtrooper to sign it.
That would be sick, man. Oh my gosh.
Maybe the pen. I'll give
Yeah,
Ray the pen. Ray will sign
yeah, exactly. So we got some Jedi that we're gonna rank tonight. We have, I believe, 23 Jedi in total pulled from the movies and from some video games. I think the only video game is Cal Kestis. But yeah, this is going to be our Jedi ranking. We have S tier being the top tier Jedi. We have A tier being the second, and so on. B tier, C tier, and D tier being the least best Jedi. So this is going to be a mixture of our favorite rankings, our favorite Jedi, some of who we think are the best Jedi. Some of like the most powerful, the best lightsaber duelists, the best Force users. All of that will come into consideration as we go over this list and make our decisions on the top Jedi. So, with that being said, um, Connor, you are being requested to potentially turn up your volume. Is that possible at all?
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can. I'll try, and I'll also get closer if that's an
Yeah, if
issue.
not, it's okay.
Let's see. I wish that my chair could get lower. But all right, I'll get closer just in case. Is this better for everyone?
Let's see.
Let me
Let's
know.
see what the chat
I'll
says.
stay much closer. It'll look silly, but yeah, my mic, unfortunately, and we're having issues. The first time I did this with you, the mic was working fine. Now it's corrupted. Corrupted.
It's okay. No worries. You're totally good, man. Um, let's see. Okay. So we are working. We have gotten hopefully Connor's volume up a little bit louder. I tried to turn it up in, let's see, reduce mic background noise. I'm gonna turn echo. Try talking, Connor.
Hello, hello. Check, check.
Yeah, there we go.
Check.
He sounds a little bit better now. I turned echo cancellation on.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. So, with that being said, first things first, our first Jedi that we're going to go over is none other than Anakin Skywalker. So, the chosen one. Oh, also, shout out to the Stone Mandalorian for showing me Tier Maker, which is this tier list that you can use for free online. So it's called Tier Maker. If anyone ever needs to use it, it's a great source to use. So shout out to Stone Mando, aka Cody, for that. He used it last night on his stream when I was on there with Troy, and we went over who is the best duelist as far as Force users go. So thank you again, Cody. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome.
And yeah, your mic is much better now, Connor.
Oh, good, good. I have so many air filters. I just turned a bunch of them off too. So I forgot.
So, Anakin Skywalker, Connor, what do you think about Anakin? I mean, I think it's an obvious choice, S tier. As far as the Jedi goes, he is one of the most powerful Jedi to ever exist in the Star Wars galaxy. He, well, he's the chosen one, to say the least. So, as far as Jedi goes, he's basically, the one to fulfill the prophecy to destroy the Sith. So,
It becomes the strongest one.
yeah, you know what? He becomes Darth Vader, one of the most powerful Sith to exist, and so I think that's just an easy no-brainer that Anakin goes into S tier for one of the best Jedi out there. What do you
I
think, man?
agree. Absolutely.
Nice.
But I know someone who would beat him.
Oh, ooh, we'll get into that. Galactic Artisan says, but we do not grant him a seat on the council. That's very true. That's very true. He's not a Jedi Master. He's Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker. So we got S tier Anakin. That's a kind of a no-brainer. But next up we have is Ahsoka Tano. Ahsoka Tano being the Padawan to Anakin Skywalker. And we see her in we'll first see her in the Clone Wars. Connor, did you ever watch the Clone Wars?
Not yet. I need to. But have you seen Clerks 2 yet?
Clerks
With
2.
her?
No, I haven't seen it. Is Rosario in it?
Yes. I grew up with her, like seeing her in that movie, in this comedy movie, and then seeing her in Star Wars, her transition into that. Like she just has done such a good job. I need to see Clone Wars so bad. Oh my gosh.
Dude, absolutely. It's
I need to put it on.
fantastic
So
stuff.
how old is she in that? Is that when she's when Anakin is training her?
Yes, exactly. So she's
Okay.
probably like 15 years old or so.
Oh, so she's young
Yeah,
in the
she's
show.
super young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she age like us or
I think she ages slower. So like she can be older and still be like super,
cool? Okay.
fluid and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
And
she's
how
very, very tough. Like especially Mandalorian, seeing her fight was awesome too.
Yeah, right, exactly. That was really badass. She's a force to be reckoned with. Hellrunner says she's like 14 at the beginning of Clone Wars. So
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
So Ahsoka, I think she's I mean, she in the Ahsoka show, she in the world between worlds, she had to fight Anakin. Remember? He's like, you live or you die. And she's like, I'm not gonna fight you. And he's like, I've heard that before. So she has fought Anakin before, and she's also fought Darth Vader in Rebels. So um I think she's an awesome Jedi. Awesome is just kind of a very basic word to use for her. I think she's a very powerful Jedi. I think she is definitely A tier. What do you think?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think so. 1000%. And she has two sabers, which is cool. Her name like what's so funny is like she carries two sabers, one longer, one short, and her name is Ahsoka Tano, right? Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, and
And
she carries the Shoto saber.
and yeah, Katana reminds me her name reminds me of Katana, the Japanese sword, and they always carried one long katana and one short wakizashi, which she carries, which I think is just very Japanese
Oh,
inspired. She carries one long and one short. I have them right
oh,
here. The
that is
wakizashi
fascinating. That is so freaking cool. I didn't know that.
would carry three blades technically, but mostly two. A lot of times two. So one katana, one wakizashi. One was shorter than the other. And they fought with two sometimes, which I thought was interesting. So I feel like she's really tough. So I think A definitely
Yeah,
having
dude, you're
sabers.
spitting. You're spitting 100%. Yeah,
Grievous
she's
could kill all of them though. I'm so sorry.
your boy
Four arms,
Grievous.
four arms, one powerful brain.
We got to get you the SHF Grievous, man.
I want him so bad now that you guys said it last night. I was like, damn, how good is he? Must be good.
He
Is he
is.
available now? Like he's been out?
No, it's not available. It doesn't come out until I think November.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so we got a while.
To like
And
120.
yeah, about around there.
Cool. Okay.
Galactic
Um,
Artisan says, I feel like her live action outfit is somewhat Japanese inspired. Yeah, totally. She wears that cloak, kind of like poncho thing.
yeah.
Yeah. And we got Mama Collective coming in saying Ahsoka means without sorrow. Oh, that's really cool.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man. That definitely feels like her character. She is without sorrow. She's very, um,
Emotionless.
yeah, she's very stoic. Ahsoka, but when she's younger, she has more emotion for sure, and you can
Oh,
see that in the Clone Wars. That's why partially why it's so good is you kind of get to see Ahsoka's development and transformation. So good story arc there. So next up we have is Kit Fisto, everyone's favorite alien Jedi. Kit Fisto is a character that we see throughout the Clone Wars. There is an arc during the Clone Wars where everyone basically, Connor, it's pretty cool. They wear these suits and they go underwater because Kit Fisto can breathe underwater.
hmm.
So they go underwater and they fight in Kit Fisto's homeworld to basically like free him and them of the, I believe it's the separatists, and they have like a huge underwater battle. It's pretty freaking cool. So Kit Fisto, really awesome Jedi. We see him throughout the Clone Wars. We also see him in Attack of the Clones in the Battle of Geonosis. And then we do see him meet his end, unfortunately, his untimely demise in Revenge of the Sith by Darth Sidious, aka Emperor Palpatine, or Chancellor Palpatine at that time. So, Connor, I'd love to know your thoughts on Kit and where you think we should throw him as far as the rankings go here.
I would say C.
Okay. How
Right? Or
come?
maybe B. Maybe B. Is
Yeah.
this is what's Count? It's Count Dooku, right? Who killed him?
It was Darth Sidious, so Chancellor
Sidious?
Palpatine.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Okay, so then that would have been easy for Sidious. I'm so sorry. So I would put him. I honestly would put him at C as not that as powerful as some of the others.
yeah. I think
Just
that's a good spot as C for Kit Fisto.
I can see a couple that like I feel like would be at that level, but then I see some that would be above. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a great spot. Honestly, man, he is a Jedi Knight, so he's not a Jedi Master. He's not up there in the ranks of Yoda and Obi-Wan and Ki-Adi-Mundi and Plo Koon and stuff, but he still can hold his own. So I do think C is a pretty fair spot for Kit Fisto. So Galactic Artisan Customs. Breathing underwater has to count for something, though. And Hal Runner, Fisto took on Grievous and lived. That's true. In the Clone Wars, he
Yeah.
does take on Grievous, and which is pretty sick, actually. Yeah. So, all right. So Kit Fisto at C. Next up, we have is Ayla Sakura. Ayla Sakura. She is a Twi'lek alien, and she comes from the homeworld of Ryloth. And we get to see some of her and more in the Clone Wars. Again, another cool show that Connor needs to check out.
Yeah. Then I was gonna say, who is that?
And Ayla Sakura is the blue Jedi down here at the very bottom left. Or
Oh
the
yeah,
top
she
left.
looks amazing. But yeah, I need to see the Clone Wars.
Yeah, she was in the Clone Wars. She has some great arcs in the Clone Wars. I think it even goes into detail about her Padawan, which I think also was a Twi'lek as well. But yeah, she's in Attack of the Clones for a little bit. You get to see her in Revenge of the Sith, where she meets her untimely demise as well on Felucia, and she gets killed by Commander Bly and their battalion. Unfortunately, it's pretty shitty. So,
Is
yeah.
her saber blue?
Her saber is blue. Yep. Exactly. That's what Galactic Artisan says. Extra points because she matches her saber.
Oh, cool.
And no fine additions to his collection. That's a General Grievous quote. And GXB says, A, just for being the hottest female Jedi. And then Hellrunner also says, Quinlan Voss's Padawan. The seventh sister was her Padawan. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Hellrunner spitting. Nice.
Is that? That sounds.
Quinlan Voss was a Jedi who we didn't really see in the live action. Oh my god, I'm forgetting what it's called. The trilogies, yeah. So, Ayla Sakura, really cool Jedi. Does some fun stuff in the Clone Wars, but overall, I would say Ayla's probably going to go with Kit Fisto and C tier. What do you think about that?
Okay, I would agree then.
Yeah.
You don't see much of Kit Fisto in the movies either, which is so sad.
Yeah, I know. That's why the Clone Wars really fleshes out some more of these characters, which is really cool. So I think you'd enjoy it, man. So next up we got is Barriss Offee, and Barriss Offee is someone that we see in the Clone Wars. She does kind of go, she's kind of like an acquaintance of Ahsoka, so they're similar in age. Not she's not as young as Ahsoka is, but in the Clone Wars, she actually gets Ahsoka into some big trouble. So she's kind of looked at as like an antagonist in certain perspectives. But we do see her in Attack of the Clones for a split second, and I'm not exactly sure what ends up happening to Barriss, I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen the Clone Wars, but Barriss Offee, nothing to be trifled with as far as Jedi goes. But I wouldn't say she's like top tier, up there with Anakin or Ahsoka or even some of the other people on this list. But what are your thoughts on Barriss Offee, Connor?
Do you see her when she's older fight anyone or defeat anyone?
To my knowledge, I don't think so. I think she might. No, I don't think. I don't think. So. I think no to answer your question.
D.
D tier. Okay. All right, Connor.
She's cool looking though.
Boom. Barriss in D tier. Connor, you heard it here first. Connor says. So, yeah. So far we got Anakin in S tier, Ahsoka in A tier, Kit Fisto in C, Ayla Secura in C, and then Barriss in D tier. And then next up we have Mace Windu himself. And Mace Windu is the one of the kind of like people who came up with who is very prominent in the lightsaber form of a pod, which allows you to tap into the dark side a little bit during your fighting. So yeah,
cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mace Windu's a badass, and he would have defeated Palpatine if it wasn't for Anakin stepping in and cutting off his hand and just totally messing up that whole ordeal.
He should have felt that coming.
Mace?
Yeah.
I do think I can see that, but I also know that he said, and I think Yoda said it too, that their visions of like the future and stuff like that have been clouded by the dark side of the Force. Like their ability to use the Force has been diminished due to the power of the dark side coming back so prominently.
Yeah, I know he's very, very powerful. I just think it's just wild that some of the Sith were just so strong, unbelievably strong, especially Palpatine.
Yeah, the power of the dark side, man. It's absolutely wild.
But I don't know. How do you think he would have defeated Palpatine?
I do think he would have. Yep.
Against the lightning?
Well,
that was awesome.
Yeah, unlimited.
Power. In that, she hasn't seen that scene. That's when he shows himself like his true form. It's
awesome. Dude, exactly.
So awesome.
It's one of my favorite movies.
I don't know.
It's so good.
I grew up with him as a kid. My dad loving those old movies. He was the bigger bad guy. He was Vader's boss. Seeing Vader kill him at the end was awesome. But
yeah,
I don't know. If Mace would have killed him, that would have been insane. I believe you.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Mace is S tier, just on like how cool he is of a Jedi. In the Clone Wars, he does a lot of really badass stuff. There's some really cool Mace Windu story arcs in the Clone Wars. Even in Tales of the Jedi, the Count Dooku episode, Mace Windu's in there as well, and they on the same side they fight a bunch of enemies, and which is really cool. So yeah, I think Mace Windu S tier, and that's pretty easy choice for me there.
It's awesome. I agree.
Yeah, nice. Mace Windu S tier. You heard it here first, folks. Next up, we got Plo Koon, the Keldor Jedi. He is just a really interesting, very wise Jedi. Lots of really cool stuff in the Clone Wars about Plo Koon. He's actually the one who found Ahsoka Tano and brought her to the Jedi Order, if you didn't know that, Connor.
No, I didn't. That's awesome.
So, yeah, Plo Koon is really awesome. He wears those goggles and that breathing apparatus because the atmosphere, like pressure and stuff like that, would like destroy his eyes. So he has to wear those like basically like sunglasses 24/7 to protect himself. Yeah, really cool Jedi, has some really cool arcs in the Clone Wars. Unfortunately, he does meet his demise in Revenge of the Sith during Order 66. He gets his Arc 170 shot down, and he dies there. So, but Plo Koon, very powerful Jedi. I would say he is probably going to go in A tier for me.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. Plo Koon is definitely a super powerful Jedi Master. Yeah, I just think he's a badass. So
I
No
used to have
brainer
a
there.
figure of him. I don't know. Was it Power of the Force? Was that the old ones?
Power of the Force probably had a figure of him. I have the Black Series figure of Plo Koon, which is one of my favorites, actually. It's
I got
really
this from
cool.
Hyper. Is this what Power of the Force was?
Let me see. Show it to the
Remember,
camera a
it's
little bit.
so long, dude. I don't remember, but it's killing me. But I know I had Plo Koon, and he was really cool looking. I loved his face, and his one of his fingers was metal. Had like a metal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got like metallic tips. Yeah.
Was that it? Because this is really old.
It might be. That looks like a clone trooper in the package.
Yeah, uh, 2005. So I wonder.
2005. Wow.
I don't remember. I don't know, but I definitely had a Plo Koon figure. I wonder if it was around that year. I'm just trying to figure if it was around that year or not. Do they make him
Yeah.
in the Black Series?
Yeah, they do. He's awesome. It's one of my favorite Black Series is the Plo Koon figure.
Definitely worth getting. I still need to get Doc Ondar, by the way. Are you going to do
Yeah.
that? Are you going to do the Doc Ondar store? When I heard you say that, I freaked out. I
Yep.
yelled.
I'm gonna do a little Doc Ondar store. I can't wait.
That's so sick.
And yeah, that's the 2005 Revenge of the Sith line, Connor.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, Galactic Plo is a cool dude for sure. And we got Stone Mando in here. He says, "Yo, so sorry I'm late, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Stone, appreciate you, dude. Look what
Yeah,
Connor's got on. Connor's got the Stone Mando t-shirt on. Heck
got
yeah."
it. Hey.
So freaking cool, man. So freaking cool. We are doing a Jedi tier list, who we think are our favorite Jedi and the best Jedi. Also shout out to Stone Mando for this tier maker website. It's really awesome to be able to use this instead of just asking the chat who thinks who's the best. So again, shout out to Stone Mando, aka Cody, for that. Yep, it's so freaking awesome, dude. Really appreciate you, dude. Really means a lot. So next up is Ki Adi Mundi. That's I think Connor's first Jedi in the Black Series as far as figures go. He has the Ki Adi Mundi figure.
Yeah, he would be A then. He would be the same as Plo Koon then, right?
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. I would say if you have Plo Koon up there in A, he's about the same as him, I would feel like. And we did see more of him, I feel, in the movies and
Yeah,
than
yeah,
any of the other ones. Are so sad. Was it when did I see him last? I remember there was like a what do you call it? Hologram of him and he's talking. What was that?
yeah. That was he. I think he was when he's like, what? Well, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? When he was on, I think he's on Coruscant, and he was a hologram, and
Okay.
we watched Yoda see him, or vice versa. Yoda was on Coruscant, and he was somewhere else. So, but
Pretty
we
cool.
did last see Ki-Adi Mundi. He died in I can't remember the planet he was on, but his battalion they shot him down. So yeah, unfortunately, Ki-Adi Mundi. So A tier, Connor says for Ki-Adi, I think that's a pretty wise choice. Ki-Adi would probably be able to, if him and Plo Koon dueled, they would probably, Plo Koon would maybe win, but they'd probably have a draw. And then if he went against Ahsoka, I'm sure they would hold their own. Ki-Adi against Ahsoka. So yeah, right on. That's Ki-Adi Mundi there into A tier. Next up, we have one of my favorites. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi, Master Jedi, and just a really powerful, wise Force user. And yeah, Connor, what are your thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi? Where should we throw Obi-Wan?
It's hard because obviously I know everyone wants to put him in S class, but seeing does Anakin if this is Anakin at this age, but could he still grab a ship like he did in Obi-Wan and hold it at this stage? Because
Oof.
that was insane. And getting to see how strong he was, but I guess I would have to put Obi-Wan in S then. I would put
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. So in that part, in that show, in that part, that's when Darth Vader's probably at his prime, and he's
Right.
definitely tapped into like the full
Not
power
fair.
of the dark side at that
Right.
point. So I'd say he's probably a little bit more like powerful in the Force than Anakin was at that time.
Right.
But I'm gonna have to throw Obi-Wan in A tier. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna go in A tier. I think he would hold his
On
own
Mustafar,
against.
he beat him on Mustafar,
I know.
and he
But
melted.
last night when we were talking about this on Stone's show, he did bring up the fact that Obi-Wan and Anakin trained so much together that they basically knew each other's form like the back of each other's hand. So in
Right.
that essence, if he didn't train with him as much, maybe if it was like Kiadi that battled Anakin, Anakin would have just decimated him. So
Hmm.
Um, and there's the Obi-Wan against Dooku. He did lose to Dooku pretty quickly twice, unfortunately. Um, but he did beat Grievous. So, and he's defeated Darth Vader a couple of times. So, yeah, I would say A tier is a solid spot for Obi, even though he's one of my favorites and I'm a little biased.
I agree.
So,
A is good.
okay, nice. So next up is Obi-Wan's master, former Jedi Qui-Gon Jinn. And we see him in The Phantom Menace, played by Liam Neeson. And he meets his demise, unfortunately, by Darth Maul in
Right.
the Naboo shield generator room. So Qui-Gon Jinn being a very popular Jedi, very powerful in the living force aspect, which focuses more on, like you and I, like actual human beings and like stuff like that, as opposed to the cosmic force, which is more in tune with like the universe and stuff like that. So that's really cool that Qui-Gon, is more a proponent of the living force, which is partially why he becomes, I don't know if you know, but he becomes a force spirit, just like Anakin and Obi-Wan and Yoda does. He became a force spirit, and we see him a little bit in the Obi-Wan show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So Qui-Gon Jinn, Stone Mando says Qui-Gon better be S tier. I say A or B, and I was gonna say yeah, probably
A.
throw him in B tier.
B.
Yeah, probably throw
Wow.
Qui-Gon in B tier, just
Wow.
because if he did, as far as Force users go up against, like Mace Windu or Anakin or even like Plo Koon, I think that they would outshine him as far as like a Force goes. But again, we are ranking our best kind of Jedi, right? So he was a pretty. I mean, he was the one who found Anakin Skywalker, so I am tempted to throw him in A tier. But then we're getting our A tiers stacked up a lot, so we can always move this around and revisit this. But I think Qui-Gon should be an A tier actually.
Yeah. I agree.
So A tier for Qui-Gon, A tier for Obi-Wan, A tier for Kiadi, Plo Koon, and Ahsoka. I have half a mind to move. I have half a mind to move Kiadi down to B tier, but let's just do that for now, and then we'll move on and see where we are in a little bit. So next up is Rey Skywalker from the
Oh,
sequels.
S. Sorry, just kidding.
And we know Rey from her scavenger. We know Rey from her being a scavenger on Jakku, who develops her force sensitivity and basically is kind of like a self-trained Jedi in a way. So, in the aspect she defeated Kylo Ren, she basically killed Kylo Ren and then force healed him and saved him. So otherwise she would have killed Kylo, which is pretty sweet. And he's obviously not on the list because he's not a Jedi, but I would say Rey would go into probably C tier. What do you think, Connor? I wouldn't put
Kyle's
her up.
tough,
Yeah,
and she held her own against him.
right. Exactly.
She
Yeah.
did a lot.
Yeah, and she did accomplish a lot.
She did
So,
accomplish more than a lot of those people. I feel like I don't know.
yeah.
C is fine if you want to do C. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think C tier is probably fitting.
Thanks, Disney.
I might say B tier, but just because as far as Jedi goes,
How she treated
um,
Finn put her in C.
how she treated Finn put her in C.
Yeah,
she broke she
never heard
broke
of
my
him
boy's
again.
she broke my boy's heart. Yeah. All right, I think that's fair. I think that's a good spot. So next up, Connor, we have is Shock T. And Shock T we see in Attack of the Clones. We also see her in the Clone Wars. So another really cool character to check out in that show and be on the watch out for. Shock T she's had many different deaths across the Star Wars galaxy and different IPs and stuff like that. Like in the Force Unleashed video games, she dies by Star Killer, right? You kill her as Star Killer. In Revenge of the Sith, there's a deleted scene, so it's not canon, that she gets killed by General Grievous.
Oh, wow.
So Shock T, as far as Jedi goes, really cool. She's a Togruta, so same species as Ahsoka is. And she, she's not a Jedi Master, but she's Jedi Knight, Shock T. So I would say Shock T B tier.
Okay.
Or maybe C tier.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably go C tier for Shock T.
If she's in the live action, she's in there very briefly.
Yes, exactly. She's in Attack of the Clones very briefly, and then she was in Revenge of the Sith too, very briefly, but it was a deleted scene.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Hellrunner says, Shock T's A tier. She's hot. Oh my gosh, you guys. So next up we got is Grandmaster Yoda, which is an obvious tier is S tier for Grandmaster Yoda. I mean, he's one of the wisest. He's a Grandmaster, the only Grandmaster on the Jedi Council. And he's fought the likes of Count Dooku, and he's fought Palpatine, and is just honestly one of my favorite Jedi. So that's an easy throw up there is Yoda. What about you, Connor?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love how, like, even though I thought it was funny in the OT that when Luke wanted to go save his friends, Yoda was like, "No, you can't leave. Don't leave." What if he never left? What if he stayed? Yoda wanted him not to leave. I just think that's amazing.
Yeah, to continue the training.
More important to do this and focus on this. Maybe he would have been even better than he was. Interesting.
That's true. That's a good point, man.
Definitely, as he's the best.
Yeah, absolutely. So Yoda, easy S tier for Yoda. That's without a doubt. And yeah, just one of my favorites. He's so fun to play in his Battlefront too. So
I haven't played that game in forever.
Oh, dude, you got to play it. Stoned and I play it sometimes, and it's addicting. Yeah,
it's been a long time. It was a fun game.
It's fun, man. So next up is Quinlan Voss, who was I think it's Aayla Secura's master. We see him briefly in The Phantom Menace, and we also see a hint of him in, I believe, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Obi-Wan sees his signature on a wall somewhere and is like, "Oh, Quinlan was here." So Quinlan Voss is a very favorited Jedi by a lot of people in the community, and they desperately want a Quinlan Voss Black Series figure, which would be really cool. So as far as Jedi goes, I think Quinlan Voss is probably going to be a B tier. He's kind of like Qui-Gon Jinn in a way, kind of like a Jedi who, like, you know, doesn't like follow the rules blindly. He's kind of like, what's the word? Not a rogue Jedi. That's not the word at all. But, like, you know, he does his own thing, kind of guy. You know?
Okay.
Walks by the beat of his own drum. So Quinlan Voss, really cool Jedi. I think he deserves to be in B tier.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And Hellrunner says Quinlan A. I know Quinlan. Hellrunner loves Quinlan. Tales of the Underworld too. He's also in that as well. Okay, I think that's fair, Hellrunner. I think Quinlan could go to A tier. I think that's fair because he and I believe he and Asajj Ventress had some like chemistry and like a little like flirty kind of like relationship together. So, yeah, if you didn't know that, Connor, that's pretty cool.
No, that's funny.
Yeah. So A tier for Quinlan. I think that's fair. He's pretty badass. Next up is Saesee Tiin. Saesee Tiin has the horns. He is the Jedi that we see in The Phantom Menace for a second. Just like a really short screen time there. He's also in the Clone Wars movie. I think it was back in the day, and he wears this really cool armor with like this helmet with like his horns coming out of the helmet. So he just looks so freaking badass, Connor. It's so cool. Um, but Saesee Tin does meet his demise in Revenge of the Sith by Palpatine. He dies at the same time as Kit Fisto and Agen Kolar does. So overall, Saesee Tin, I would say, would probably be C tier Jedi. What do you think, Connor?
Okay, yeah, I'd agree. If that's, yeah, I would say C.
C tier.
Make
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't sound like he's too powerful of a Jedi.
Yeah, he wasn't a Jedi Master. He was a Jedi Knight. So nothing, nothing like crazy powerful like a Obi-Wan or a Yoda or a Mace or an Anakin. So yeah, I think C tier for Saesee Tin is fair enough. I'd maybe even say D tier, but I don't know. I think he could hold his. You think D tier?
I didn't know there was a movie, so there was a movie too. So after I watched the show, is the movie take place after the show?
The movie. Which movie?
Oh, I thought you were saying there was another animated movie.
Oh, there was. Yeah, I'm sorry. The Clone Wars animated movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you
So
could watch.
That take place after the show?
This takes place during the Clone Wars. So before Revenge of the Sith.
And it's animated?
And it's animated, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, and it's a movie.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Dude, I've never. Okay.
Yeah.
So after the show, I should watch that movie.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's on Disney Plus.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I need to know the lore.
Yeah, totally, man. It's so super fun, super cool stuff.
Yeah, it adds so much, like all these characters that that I didn't know about that they added to, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's awesome. I think you'd really enjoy it, man. So next up we have is Saesee Tin's buddy, Agen Kolar. And Agen Kolar, I don't know a ton about, but he does unfortunately meet his demise in the end of or during Revenge of the Sith. The Clone Wars movies from 2008 is the beginning. You should watch that before the series. There you go, Connor. Yeah.
All right, so watch that movie before the series.
Yeah.
That's awesome. They made a lot of content for that.
They sure did. Yeah. Super popular. A lot of people grew up with the Clone Wars as kids and stuff like that. And that was like their Star Wars.
How come I never heard about that?
I think it was like.
Was there no marketing or?
No, there was, but it was like. I think it came out when you were like maybe just getting into high school. So maybe.
Yeah. 2009, I was in 9th grade.
Yeah. So I don't know if you were in it as into like the animated stuff back then. I know sometimes it drops off for people, their love for animation.
Like,
we all love it as kids.
Dead Space, the video game. Have you ever heard of that? That video game, Dead Space.
Yeah, I've heard of Dead Space.
They made an animated movie called Dead Space Downfall that came out a long time ago, and I bought that on DVD. I used to love that animated. They would, it was easier to find stuff like that, but I really wish that they would have showed that more. I definitely would have watched that back then easily. Still watch it now. There's all that time back then to watch it. To find about it now is kind of crazy. Like,
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it, man. There's a lot of cool lore and really fleshes out a lot of these characters that we're going over.
They make it canon too. I mean, what were we just watching recently? I think it was Andor. Was it Andor season 2? And there's somewhere, and they're showing the ghost somewhere outside somewhere. I think that's what else. Why I forget what it was, but it was one of the TV shows. They showed the ghost outside, and I knew what it was only because of you guys told me, about Clone Wars.
Cool. Yeah.
Ahsoka.
And Rebels and stuff.
Rebels, rather.
Yeah.
We need to see that.
That's awesome, dude. That is so cool.
One of those characters, I guess you see him in Mandalorian for a second too. So I had no idea.
Yeah,
so it's kind of cool that they make it a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's so much good Star Wars stuff out there, and not all of it's going to be like top tier, but it's just fun to be immersed in this world and this galaxy that we love so much. So
definitely.
So Agen Kolar, I would probably throw into C tier as well.
Agree.
Yeah. So then next up we got Ezra Bridger from Rebels. Ezra is I do like Ezra a lot. I think he's a fun Jedi to watch. He's not like a perfect Jedi by any means. He's still got a lot to learn. He's very young. He's a Padawan Jedi in the beginning of Rebels. And he's very committed to his friends, his love for his friends, and his love for being a Jedi. And so I want to put him in B tier, Ezra Bridger, B tier.
Is this Ezra's hilt? Does it have like that?
It's very similar to Kanan Jarrus's
Or
hilt.
Canon. Canon.
Yeah, Kanan Jarrus. Yeah, we have. Yeah, look at that, dude.
Canon Jarrus. Okay. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, that's so sick.
Is Canon on here too?
Or? He is. He's next.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, and as you know, Canon is Ezra's master, so, or his teacher. So
Ezra, we got to see in Ahsoka, right?
Yep, exactly. We saw him in Ahsoka on Peridian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I remember. I need to rewatch that show. That show was like we were just talking about not too long ago. I really liked that one.
Yeah, dude.
Babe Lars. What's his name? He's Danish. He's Hannibal's brother. Nicholson, one of the Mick.
Lars Mikkelsen.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah. He plays Thrawn.
Yes, he did such a good job.
Yeah, he does a great job.
I was so happy. I was so blown away. And I heard people saying bad things about that show. I was like, you out of your mind? No, this is one of the ones that was really good. This one was good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it has great moments. The first
zombies, it was great.
Yeah, dude, the zombie death troopers are so awesome. And yeah, man, that show, I think it gets a lot of undeserved, just maybe not hate, but like undeserved hate, I guess. Yeah, to say it at least, man.
People like to rate things low because it gets some views or whatever for fun. Because I saw a scene from Book of Boba Fett the other day, and I was like, I need to rewatch that show. That was so cool. That looks so good. So it was awesome. Yeah. They've been doing a good job with a lot of the shows.
Book of Boba Fett had its moments, but Ahsoka definitely is up there with like Andor for me. And I think it's like Andor and then Ahsoka. They're like pretty close, but Andor still takes the cake. That's just,
you got Andor and Mando. Gosh.
And Mando, and the first 2 seasons of Mando are freaking phenomenal. Absolutely,
they're so different than Andor, and it's really, I felt like I was almost too dumb for Andor. I was like looking at my girlfriend; she was like having to explain to me some of these like political scenes because they were so intelligently designed. I was like, what? We had to like rewatch it. It was so good. It was so good. I couldn't believe they did what they did. That was to me the best Star Wars ever done. And I was being weird in the beginning. I was like, where's all the aliens? Where's all the aliens? But I remember Andy Serkis saying at one point in the prison, he's like, there was only people like us in this one prison. It was like, so they were like separating them or whatever. It just felt like the most intelligently designed version of Star Wars you could get for smart people. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm too dumb for it. So it was really good. It was really, really good. I hope they do, obviously they can't do it again, but I hope they do something similar to that.
Yeah.
Because the last few episodes, seeing all your favorite people die, I was like, what? Every time, and you understand their sacrifice for these plans. It was awesome. So that was the best they ever did. One of the craziest things I saw in Andor season 2, in his shop, did you see what was his name? The Swede's name from Deep Blue Sea. I'm trying to think of his name.
Oh, Luthen.
Stellan Skarsgård?
Stellan Skarsgård, yeah.
He had the dodecahedron in the back. Like, so they're panning the camera, and like one of the old artifacts they have, I'm like freaking out. They have a Roman dodecahedron in the back. I'm like, that's not alien. It just looks alien. So it's something like one of those weird things that they can't explain that they made in old times. I thought that was cool. Like, so they put so much in that show. You have to be really smart. So it was like, to see something like that, I was like, okay, how many people here would figure out that was a Roman dodecahedron? That's really cool. Like, that's so smart. And it's amazing. I was so blown away. So they did such a phenomenal job. I don't know. I hope we see something else like that in the future. That would be very nice.
I know, right? Right
But
now we
funny,
don't have any Star Wars like shows in the pipeline except for the Mando and Grogu movie.
that will be
Um,
fun too. Sigourney's in
yeah,
that. Oh, I can't wait.
yeah. I'm hoping we get an Ahsoka season 2 soon. I think that would be really cool. I hope they're working on it and they're just kind of like keeping it under wraps.
They can do. I mean, they can do whatever they want. Like with Malgus, your that figure that looks so cool. I didn't know he was from like 1,000 years before all that.
Yeah,
So why don't they
yeah.
do one of those?
I know,
That'd
dude.
be cool.
A Knights of the Old Republic show would freaking slap. That would be peak.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. So, well, shoot, let's keep it moving it along here. We got the next up, your favorite, Jarrus,
F
Canon Jarrus. So Connor says S.
B.
Um, B tier.
Yeah, he
Okay.
with his Padawan, right?
Yeah, throw him in
Yeah,
there
he
with
taught him everything he knew. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kanan Jarrus, very awesome. Love him in Rebels. Connor definitely needs to check out Rebels if he hasn't already. And yeah, he's
Tales of the Underworld.
what's that?
What's Tales of the Underworld? Hal Runner.
Tales of the Underworld is a Disney Plus show that came out maybe a month and a half ago, and it follows like Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane and stuff like
It's
that.
new.
And it's newer, yeah, and so you'll get more stories of like Asajj Ventress and stuff like that, and Cad Bane when he was younger, and get to follow their stories a little bit more closely.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I think that's a fair point. Put your boy Kanan Jarrus in B tier. So next up we got is Luke Skywalker, which I think is probably an easy S tier. I mean, it's Luke after all. So Chosen One 2.0, helped to bring
Right.
balance to the Force by helping Vader to realize to destroy the Sith in Return of the Jedi. So easy S tier for Luke there. Yeah.
I agree.
Nice. Okay, good.
Definitely.
Let's see here. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so next up we have is Adi Gallia. Adi Gallia is a Jedi Knight that we see in the Clone Wars, and we see her in Revenge of the Sith. She gets shot down when she's riding her speeder bike with her clone troopers, and they like fall back a little bit, and then they shoot her down.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up. She had a pretty messed up way to go. I don't know like a ton of stuff about her, so I would say I'd probably throw her in D tier with Barriss.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's Adi Gallia. And then next up we have is Coleman Trebor, which is a dinosaur kind of variant of a Jedi. I know it's probably one of Connor's favorites. He does look like a Parasaurolophus, the dinosaur, the Parasaurolophus.
1,000%. It's like we have to Google that. I will Google that after. I was gonna do it earlier. I totally forgot. I wanted to look at the design. He definitely got it from that. He looks really cool.
Yeah, he does look really cool, and he's a very badass Jedi. He goes to kill Jango Fett and Geonosis in the Battle of Geonosis when it first kicks off. Or sorry, he goes to kill Dooku, and then Jango Fett shoots him and just takes him out immediately. So probably this guy I would say would go in C tier. What about you? What do you think?
What? He would have. He ran up on Dooku like he knew he would have beat him. Like he knew. Like
That's
he had
true.
everything focused on him. He was like, I'm going to take. Oh, you're probably right. I mean, he got shot easily. And only one little blaster. People get cut in half and live, and he got shot once and died.
Shoot.
Would you say true. C?
I said C, yeah.
I agree. I was kidding. Yeah.
So, Hal Runner, thank you so much for correcting me. I am a total fake Star Wars fan. He says Adi was actually killed in the Clone Wars by Savage Press. Her cousin Stas Ali is the one shot down on her speeder during Order 66. So that is my bad. Totally fake Star Wars fan here didn't know that.
So her cousin was also a Jedi as well.
Yep.
That was a rough day for everybody.
That was, yeah. Whew, oh my gosh,
Brent
dude.
has to see that. Girlfriend still hasn't seen that.
So, man, that movie is so good. So thank you, Hal Runner, for correcting me there.
The Sith are the good guys, though. People just don't realize that.
Exactly. That's exactly right. The Jedi, they were doing some heinous stuff, to say the least. They became
I agree. Taking kids away from their parents randomly.
Yeah,
for what?
exactly. Yeah,
like Spartan warriors. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly, man. They were not the most ideal role models, the Jedi. So Coleman Trebor, I would say, go into C tier. And then next up we have is Eth Koth. Eth Koth, I don't know a ton about either, but shoot, I really don't know anything about this guy at all. So that's my bad for not doing more research on him before I started the stream. Connor, you go ahead, bud.
No, yeah. What was he from?
He
is he a human?
No, he's not. He is a force sensitive Iridonian Zabrak male native to Iridonia. I'm just looked that up on Google right now.
Oh.
But he was a Jedi Master in the Order. So as far as Jedi, he was up there. I would probably throw him up into. Man, that's so tough. And this is the thing is not knowing more about some of these characters. Is where to exactly put them. So you're saying C tier?
Yeah, I mean, we know so little about him. I know more about Coleman than him, right?
Yeah. Well, he was a Jedi Master, though.
Okay, so
I say
or was he just
Coleman was a Jedi Knight. So I'm thinking A tier.
Why would he run up on Dooku like that? So weird.
Or at least B tier to go with Kiadi, because Kiadi was a Jedi Master as well.
I really don't know who he is. I wish I did. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah,
I feel like the big fan here, dude.
At least I'm not the only one. No, I'm just kidding. We're good. So next up and last but not least, we have is Cal Kestis, Padawan during Order 66. His master was killed.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Cal Kestis. Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. South Park. You said. Do you remember the South Park episode about that?
Jedi. No, Fallen. I don't.
Oh my God.
They did one.
Yeah, they made one. I'll send it to you.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's hilarious.
They just kept bringing it up. They weren't making fun of it, but they just kept like it was a big deal for the boys to get that game. It was the only thing they wanted, so it was cool.
Oh my gosh,
it was all in good faith. That one.
Yeah,
I did Force Unleashed. That was the game that I love. I also Battlefront, obviously, but Force Unleashed I liked that one a lot too.
Yeah, Force Unleashed was awesome with Starkiller, man. Oh my gosh.
But Starkiller is that one actor, right? He's from Being Human. It's a TV show.
Yeah, he was also in
The Mist.
Shameless.
Yes. Okay. Am I right? Okay. Yes. Yeah. That's Starkiller. Yeah. He's great. He needs to be in a live action one of these days. That'd be nice. Put him to good use.
Oh yeah, a live action Starkiller or Cal Kestis would be really cool.
That'd be nice.
And we got the left-handed Jedi in here. What's up, the left-handed Jedi? Hope you're doing well, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yaddle.
He says, "Where's Yaddle?" You know what? I totally didn't add Yaddle. There's also a couple other Jedi that I forgot to throw in here. I think I kept it like at a solid like 23. So, yeah, Yaddle should have been on the list though for sure. She probably would have been in A tier. So finishing off with Cal Kestis here, Connor. Cal Kestis, really awesome Jedi. He fights Dagan Gera in Jedi Survivor, as well as his friend who's basically a secret dark side user, Bode, who he ends up killing. And there's a motorcycle going off in the background if you can hear that. So yeah, Cal Kestis, very interesting Jedi. Taps into the dark side just a little bit to sometimes when he fights, especially at the end of Jedi Survivor. So I would say Cal is probably a C tier Jedi or a B
Okay.
tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say B to be honest, but yeah, I agree.
I think we could
Either
throw him
or.
in. We could throw him in B tier.
He reminds me so much of Ezra
Yeah,
Cannon.
he does. He does have Ezra vibes, just a little bit more tenacious than Ezra. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, shoot, that's our Jedi ranking, everybody. We just went through a bunch of different Jedi from the movies and from the Star Wars universe. We'll just go over everyone again. We got S tier: Anakin Skywalker, Mace Windu, Yoda, and Luke Skywalker. A tier: we have Ahsoka Tano, Plo Koon, Obi Wan Kenobi, Qui Gon Jinn, and Quinlan Voss. B tier: we have Cal Kestis, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Eth Koth, Ezra Bridger, Kanan Jarrus. C tier: Ayla Secura, Shock T, Kit Fisto Ray, Sussy Tin, Agan Kolar, and Coleman Trevor. And then finally in D tier, we have is Barris Offee and Adi Gallia. So those are our Jedi ranking, kind of like our favorite top Jedi that we like. And yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight and going over that. That was really fun. That was
So
great to
cool.
do. I did it two rankings back to back. For last night, I did one on Stones. We did the best duelist, and then tonight we did our favorite kind of best Jedi's. So
That's so cool.
yeah, thanks again, Connor. That was really cool, man. I will have to save this and post it so that everyone can see who ended up being the most, the top rankings and stuff like that.
Definitely. That's so awesome.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, dude, do you have any recent pickups? We've kind of made it to the point of the show where we show off a little bit of recent pickups before we kind of close out. It'll be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight.
Recent pickups. I definitely have. I have one from you, dude.
Oh shoot,
I
what?
can't wait to get open.
Oh, dude, the prey.
Your trooper is one of the seven here. I don't know which one personally, but he's mixed in with one of the seven. So thank you for him.
You're very welcome, man.
He
Absolutely.
looks
Glad
so good.
he does look good. Glad that you're able to build your battalion.
Yeah, it's pretty insane now. I don't know what's going on. And then love this guy, Prey.
Dude, yes. Pop that cover. Yeah, pop the cover open. He looks so sick. It's a huge figure.
It's such a hard one to find too. It's so insane. It has the scars on him from after he healed himself after he fought all those guys. It looks so good. I literally cannot wait to open this, dude. I have another Predator too, but I want to see this one. I don't know if you guys saw, but with Predator Badlands, they just uploaded a new picture of Deck's father, which is the main Predator that you're going to see, the young blood. So they showed a picture of his father, and it looked just like him. One of these. So it's that same species, which is really really
Yeah.
cool. Dude, I can't thank you enough. I have this crazy custom Prey statue that I've had forever, like when the movie was out. And when NECA came out with this, I was like, oh, I'm not going to get it because I have this. And this thing sold out so fast. And then every other variation of it that came out sold out so fast. There was a clear version, the bare blood, the active camo. Like they all went out of stock so fast. These were reselling for so much money. And I guess you found it when it came back in your area. Like I had not seen these. If I would have grabbed one. So, dude, thank you so much. I can't wait to see it.
Dude, you're so welcome. I knew you'd love it. And it's such a freaking badass figure. So
One of the best movies ever made. If you guys haven't seen this movie,
heck yeah, man. Praise great. Such a cool version of Predator after all the Predator content that we've gotten.
oh my gosh, so good. I have the giant Titanosaurus from Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm so scared to open that because of how big it is. I don't know how I'm gonna review that, maybe piece by piece, and then put it together, and I'll do like the camera pointing at it. It just looks so big.
Yeah.
That's definitely the one thing from Warhammer too. Do you guys into Warhammer 40K at all?
I'm not. I don't know if any of the guys in the in our group
Huh.
chat are, but what
If
is
you
that?
are, it's by Joy Toy. I think so. I think it's Joy Toy, and it's their Tyranids from Warhammer. I have one of the other Tyranids. They're just so cool. I had this on pre-order forever. came not too long ago, and I really would love to see that finally. But just some stuff like that, some knives and some dinosaurs, and hopefully some Godzilla stuff coming soon, which would be really nice because they've been
Sweet.
putting that off. Like I said, I don't know if that's with what's been going on or what, but they keep moving the month for that Godzilla stuff that I have coming. So we'll see. But that should be here any day. That'll be exciting. But yeah, it was just that stuff, not too much. Maybe a couple knives.
Nice. Always fun, dude. Always very cool to get some new knives in. Those are, I know, like your other thing besides figure collecting is like you collect knives as well. So
Yeah, and to my surprise, it's your other thing too, which is
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Blew my
man.
mind. I
I
love your parrot too, dude. It's such a good choice.
It's a great knife, man. It's just a classic, good EDC, good collector's item to have. Whether
Goes up in
all
value
the
too.
above. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Just need to keep it sharp. So yeah, man. Recent pickups. I have brand new shelves. Those are my recent
Looks
pickups,
so good.
filled with figures. Some new figures, some new stuff, some old stuff. So, yeah, just brand new. I just love to have this. Here, I'll make myself big so people can see.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go.
that's enough.
Tons of new shelves with figures and stuff like that. We got Hot Toys Troopers. We got Black Series down here. We got some more Black Series helmets and stuff like that. Power of the Force Rancor. So just a ton of figures. Too many new stuff to go over. Really, we'd be here all night. So
Crazy. Yeah, even showing me pictures like the Mattels that you've gotten too. It's crazy.
yeah, I just got
You
the
have a big
Mattel.
for them.
What's that?
You're gonna have to make a whole shelf just for the dinos
Oh,
too.
I do. I have my old bookshelf where I had all the Star Wars stuff is now the Dino shelf.
Awesome. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is it. Is that done yet?
No, I'll have Hammond collection on the top, and then on the next
Okay.
level I'll have Nanmu, and then on the very bottom I might get into like maybe some Beast of the Mesozoic or something like that. I'm just trying to decide,
When does your
like
Spinosaurus come?
this.
And your
So the
V-Rex?
Spino, the guy that I bought it off of eBay is weird. He's like, I only ship out on Saturdays, so I bought it
Okay.
Sunday morning. So I would have to basically wait a week for him to ship it out, but he should be
Okay.
shipping it out, and I think it should be arriving by like July 10th or so.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then the V-Rex is arriving Monday. The Nanmu V-Rex.
You have to post pictures of that so people can see the deed. It's so crazy.
Oh, dude, should we pull up pictures just since we're
Yeah, you got to show. Do you? Yeah. Do you
since
do?
we're
And
just
do you have an
screwing around?
Instagram? I don't think I have you on Instagram, dude. Do I?
I have an Instagram. I just don't post at all.
Okay.
So let's see if I can find a picture of the statue. Here we go. Share screen. Oh, it's gonna be. Oh man, dang! It's the
Oh,
bronze
that's the gold
version.
version. That looks sick. Still. Look at them. Look at all three of them.
Let's
So you have the
see.
one on the left. I have the one in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
I still want that gold one. Look at that. It's like you won the Oscar.
Yeah, the V-Rex Oscar. So anyway, those are super cool. I can't wait to get that in the V-Rex statue, and those are from the King Kong movie, 2005, Peter Jackson's King Kong. Lots of movies turning 20 years old this
It's
year.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's true.
And Left-Handed Jedi says a good shelf makes all the difference. Looks good. Thank you, Left-Handed Jedi. I really appreciate it. Really, really means a lot to have a cool spot to show off all the collectibles. So. Yeah, man. Well, right on, Connor. Well, we are now in our episode 12 Tatooine Talk end of show discussion where we go over, in the chat if they've been going over anything new, like any new figures or watching any new shows or reading any new books. It's summertime, so maybe people have been out there camping and just getting out there into the outdoors and stuff. What have you been up to, man?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, just watching movies, going to Disney, working. Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah, you saw that earlier, dude.
Hang on.
How was it?
Good one, babe. Hang on. She pointed at something for me to grab.
Yeah, totally.
All right. This was a popcorn bucket you could buy at the theater today.
No way.
It's giant. It's
Dude,
a
the thing is huge.
footprint, I guess, of a T-Rex, or I'm going to say it's the D-Rex for funsies. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to figure out how to put that on the wall.
That is so awesome, dude.
The movie was good. It was fun. I think everyone should see it. Everyone in the chat already knows I saw it. I said it. I freaked. I couldn't hold it in. You guys got to go. Everyone has to go see it. That was so much fun, and can't wait for Mandalorian and Grogu. That's gonna be so much fun. I just wish we had more Star Wars shows right now, man. That would be epic. But currently, just Jurassic World Rebirth. Can't wait for Primitive War. I hope you guys want to see that too. That's gonna be a really good. That's based off of a book by Ethan Pettis. It's a really good dinosaur-based thing too, but has to do with a Hadron Collider and Vietnam War. So that's going to be really good. I can't believe they're making that into a movie.
Oh, wow.
But that's going to be fun. That's what I'm looking forward to. Weapons, Peacemaker Season 2. Have you ever seen Peacemaker? You're
No,
DC.
but I know you
like Batman.
like
You haven't seen Peacemaker?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh my God. You got to see Peacemaker. If anyone in the chat has seen Peacemaker, please. It's the best. Please say that you've seen it. Dude, you got to watch it. You got to watch Peacemaker. It is so good.
I'll definitely check it out. That's been on my list, and I know you like it a lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Nice.
You have to see it. It's amazing.
So Hellrunner is asking, where does the popcorn go in that popcorn bucket?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, what is this? Is it like a solid thing? And the guy was like, no, it comes with popcorn. I was like, okay, cool. So they basically sell a wall decor.
Gotcha.
Weird, right?
Wow, that's so cool, man. That thing's huge.
Yeah,
it's gonna go right next to the Disney paintings.
Thing to sell. I had to walk around the area at Disney Springs with it. You know.
Yeah.
Or my Jurassic Park shirt too. I was so excited. I was bringing some toys there too, like a Psycho.
Yeah. The D-Rex, you're just sitting there eating popcorn like your D-Rex is eating
Have
popcorn
him eating
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it, babe. We missed such a good opportunity. That would have been funny. The kids next to me would have freaked out. They were like 15. They would have thought I was psychotic. It would have been funny.
Yeah.
I'll definitely see it at theaters again. We'll do something like that.
Yeah, imagine putting the like Galactic said, and if the popcorn went in the footprint and you're just eating out of the footprint.
That's what I should do. I should just have like and have the D-Rex pick it up with his mouth and put it in my mouth.
And put it in your exactly.
The whole movie. And pretend like nothing's wrong.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. However, spitting. I'd put popcorn in the print too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe that's what they mean, babe. That's what it is.
Dang it. Now you got to go back and see it again. And
we got it after the movie. Like I didn't want to. I couldn't sit in there with this thing. But next time I go, it would be funny to fill it with popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That'd be awesome. Oh my gosh.
What have you been doing, man?
Man, besides peak summertime working, just like crazy on my off time, you know, I've been rewatching Ahsoka, hanging out with the dog and stuff like that. I got to take her down off the mountain to the vet next week, actually, for a checkup. She's fine, but just got to get her checked up before she gets spayed.
Oh no!
And yeah, it's time for her to do that. And you know, just adding some little stuff to the collection here and there, getting these new shelves up was a feat of its own. So
how do you install those? How did that go?
Oh my gosh. So it comes with these metal railings, and you got to line the railings up on the studs as best you can, and then use these these wood screws to hold them in place. And then there's these little brackets that you have to slit in, and then the shelves go in the brackets. So it's not a huge process, but to get everything level and adjusted and balanced perfectly was tough, because I don't have like a laser level or anything like that. So we were just using a regular level. I had my mom and sister help me out. So
okay. They look great. They look super level.
Yeah, they are. They're level, which is all that matters.
What are you anchoring them into? Is it wood on the inside of the wall, or what? Because the room didn't have these in, and I'm so scared to do more.
Yeah, there's studs, and I have a stud finder to use to find the studs, or just goes into the drywall with wood screws.
Awesome.
And after the stream, I can show you the wood screws. They're super cheap. You can get them at like any hardware store near you. So, yeah, man.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude. So, just doing the YouTube thing. My latest video is a Darth Malik Black Series release. Next up is going to be that Clone 2-pack that comes with the battle droid that you got for me. So that's finally going to get reviewed, and then I think I got to do that Obi-Wan 212th Battalion Clone Trooper next. So we got some Black Series reviews coming up. Everyone keep an eye out for that. Also keep an eye out for Connor Colarusso's reviews. He does a lot of great dinosaur stuff. He's been doing awesome Jurassic World Rebirth figure reviews. He's got some reviews and shorts that are up into the high thousands, especially his recent Mosasaurus video. So go check that out. Link to his channel is in the description below. And Connor, just wanted to thank you again, man, for being a guest on the show once again. I've had you on once before, so thanks for coming back on again. We've gone for just a little over an hour and 20 minutes. We keep this a short stream this time. We ranked the Jedi, our favorite and kind of best Jedi, so that was really fun. So yeah, Connor, thanks again for being a guest, man. It's so great to have you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'll always come on here, dude. That'd be so much fun. So much fun talking with you, dude. Thank you.
Dude, likewise. Thanks for being a good friend and a pal of the show. And yeah, man, it just means a lot. So with that being said, everyone, we are going to end it here. We'll play one clip to take you out, and then we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the next Hyperspace Hangout episode number 13.
Awesome.
All right, Connor.
Bye, guys. May the force be with you.
Yep, exactly. Thank you. May the force be with you, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening. Hey.
So much fun. I'll take this shirt to Batu soon as I can.
Heck yeah, the Stone Mando shirt. You already know.
I'll take it.
Freaking awesome.
Places, I promise.
So freaking cool, man.
Have a good night, guys.
Shirt. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Yep,
Love
everyone.
You.
Peace out, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night.